Today we are going to talk about the kitchen, the place that we clean every single day. Yes, that place. Hi guys, I'm Danielle, homeschooling mother of 7, and this is my channel where we talk about everything mom related. Cleaning, mom related. Kitchen, mom related. And here we are cleaning the kitchen. So we're moving from top to bottom, and we're gonna get all our tools at the beginning. We just want this to be as seamless and as quick as possible. Sometimes the kitchen needs a little bit of a deeper clean, and that's what we are doing today. This isn't a routine video where you make sure that your sink is shiny and that you do your dishes and you clear off your counters. This is a deeper cleaning video. Now, the first thing you need to do is just get your tools. I like my Fly Lady rags for anything that isn't greasy, and then I just have some old sponges and old rags that I use for the greasy areas. We're gonna be cleaning our cabinets, so I like to get a toothbrush, just any old toothbrush that no one's gonna use anymore. I actually keep a toothbrush underneath my kitchen sink. You need something to get cobwebs because we are going to start at the uppermost part of your ceiling, the part that has the cobwebs. A small broom is very effective for getting cobwebs. Plus, it's very easy to clean. You just stick it in the sink, wash it, dry it. So let's get right to it. First, we're going to start at the top. We're going to work our way to the bottom. We are going to start with cobwebs, dusting. Now you might need a stepladder because if you have high cabinets like I do need a stepladder. But since I didn't want to go upstairs and take that extra time, I'm just using one of my stools. Then we are going to our cabinets, our upper cabinets, and we're just going to wash them with warm soapy water. I have some solution of 50% water and 50% white vinegar in my spray bottle. If my rag gets dry, I just continue to spray it with my vinegar solution. Now on a daily, I do not use a lot of toxic cleaning supplies. I use my vinegar, I use warm water, I use soap. But when I am doing a little bit of a deeper cleaning, I did get a degreaser that my husband had. So I used a degreaser on the range. It looks beautiful. It hasn't been cleaned in, I'm too embarrassed to say, actually, I don't remember. I don't know if I've ever cleaned it. I mean, this kitchen is only a couple years old. So we are working high, the range, the light, and the upper cabinets. The upper cabinets is where I use my toothbrush. I just get in those cracks and crevices. I like to wipe down my cabinets with a dry towel afterwards because water lingering on this cabinetry is really starting to show on the lower cabinets where my kids help out with the dishes and, leave water running and spill constantly. Oftentimes, getting the perfect tool makes things more convenient. Sometimes you get tools and you realize they're really not any more convenient than just getting whatever you have on hand. Washcloths, scrubbing rags, toothbrush. I have a steamer and it works okay, but really the most effective thing is getting down with a super wet rag and just soaping it up on the floor. So I don't like to spend a lot of money, unless I know someone personally who has said, this product, you cannot live without it. Then maybe I'll purchase something else. Now I'm looking at the counters. This is a good opportunity for you to peer across your counters, across your surfaces, and see, are all these items things I want to stay, to remain on my counters? Do I want them always to be visible? Do I want them always to be this cluttered? Now we're not looking inside the cabinets, but if you need to put things away in the cabinets, please do so. So just simplify your counter space a little bit. Anything that can be hidden in a cabinet, do it. Now we're gonna get those countertops, and we're not just gonna do the visible parts. We're gonna move everything on the counter and we're gonna wipe behind it. Oh yeah, we're gonna get any little gunk off. And at the same time, we're going to scrub down our backsplash. I just use the vinegar and water for my backsplash as well. And it's really only over the stove that I needed to use a little bit of that degreaser solution. Wiping down all our outlets. It is so nice when you can turn on the light and not feel anything sticky on that light. And when you have kids, you know that it's a blessing. This stove really needed a good clean. You need coffee or some libation to get you through. I made a whole pot. Now we're working down to the lower cabinets. I'm pulling the drawers out and just getting the tops and getting the surface. We're not organizing here, we are deep cleaning. Of course, if you have windows in your kitchen, that's another thing. I like to clean the insides of the windows and then of course all the casing. questions I ask myself about my kitchen is, what do I want to experience here? I know it's a place where I slave away for my kids and my husband, and I say that in the sweetest sense of the phrase. It's the place where there's a lot of movement and a lot happening, but because I'm here, I don't want to have any stress from clutter, and I do, because people are always setting things here. So this video is a time where we can just get back to the way we love our kitchen to look. The surface is clear, everything clean, you're not smelling an interesting smell because something rotten has slipped behind the KitchenAid or under the toaster. My kitchen right now is grand compared to the kitchen that we had living in this house for about 8 years. And we had a lot of kids, and the kitchen was just tiny, and it had a lowered ceiling, so it was very compact. And still I asked myself the question, what do I want this kitchen to be like? What do I want the feeling of the kitchen to be? That's why I have a yellow fixture and yellow stools, because I want it to be a sunshiny place. I want it to be a place where we can make messes, have fun, and it's not so hard to get it back to clean. I know that a bigger kitchen sometimes feels like it would be easier because you have more cabinetry, but then you also have more surfaces where people can put stuff on. Whatever you have, ask yourself the question, what do I want this place to feel like? When you're doing this deep cleaning, we're answering that question. I want it to be clear here. Oh, you know what? I like this. It's funky. It's a little bit eccentric. I'm gonna go with that. Now the floor. Now this is a part that I don't often do. It's where I get the butter knife and I scrape off any little piece of food that I just can't get off with a mop. Raisins, you name it, I've got it. Once again, I don't need big tools. I just need my little butter knife and I scrape whatever won't come off with my mop. I start with my steamer and I clean it up that way first, and then I just spot clean anything that was a little bit more difficult to get. Now, if you have stainless steel, that is the last thing I like to do, because even when you're moving around and you're using water, things get splashed in the stainless steel, and I want them to just look super shiny at the very end. So except for the range, which is stainless steel, and we washed that, my daughter did, and she thought it was very satisfying how beautiful it is. It's so important to live in the moment, especially when you have young kids, and not to think of all the things that you want, all the things that would make your life easier, but to be present in the mess, in the noise, in the chaos, but yet still endeavor to raise your expectations to what can I do here in this space that would generate a peace in my home. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you got some stuff done in your kitchen. I certainly did. I'm super happy as a mom of young kids where you are pulled daily in many different directions. Not everything is going to be clean. Not everything is going to be the way you like it, and that's okay. But right now, things are the way I like it.
If all the things you never show, there are the things.
Remember, my friends, no one can mom your kids like you. I will see you next time. My kitchen is so pretty and now I can't cook in it. Dinner's canceled.
Wow.